This program's called Shock Therapy Underground, not Shock Therapy Underwear. What's going on here? Who are you?
I am James of the Darkness.
James of the Darkness? That sounds pretty lame, but why is your side of the studio so dark?
Because I am pure evil.
What?
What do you want from me?
Nothing.
Oh.
What'd you have for breakfast?
What I have for breakfast? I don't know, a bagel? I ate a bagel this morning. It had oats on it. What did you have this morning?
I ate waffles and crunchy peanut butter.
That's great. Yeah. Waffles and peanut butter? That sounds...
Crunchy peanut butter.
Okay. Damn. Are you, finished talking now?
I'm just getting started.
Hey, sorry, you can't hang around here. I'm gonna be kind of busy today. You don't have any friends, do you?
No.
Demons, ghosts, vampires, zombies, supernatural killers, regular killers, predators. Hey, wait a minute. Aliens, trolls, clowns, tomatoes, yogurt. Well, I hope that's yogurt. What's to be the next pop culture movie monster? That tea is disgusting. And if this creature were created, would it be so popular that it'll be permanently embedded in media for centuries to come? On this day's session, we'll attempt to predict the next horror genre, as well as briefly discuss what horrors have worked and what horrors just didn't work. Because this small, naive planet clearly wasn't ready for
The Bye-Bye Man.
Oh no, you better not say his name or think about saying his name, because the Bye-Bye Man. Let's first talk about the most popular of monsters, those that have proven noteworthy through the decades. Poltergeist, cursed dolls, a scary-ass Asian girl in a well. Demons have been in stories probably since the start of stories. Mainly they are evil manifested in physical form, or unseen destructive entities, the opposition of the peaceful and just. For as long as there have been evil, anger, hatred, demons have existed. They are the oppressors of the spirit, an enemy that can't be destroyed by guns or bombs or any other man-made weapon. You can argue that Emperor Palpatine, Voldemort, a drug addiction are all demonic forces, as it takes the inner powers of faith and will to defeat such evils. Films and literature will never stop having demons in some form. Vampires have been around far longer than its name. In ancient Mesopotamia, there was Lamashtu, a lion-headed goddess that drank the blood of newborns. In Chinese folklore, there's the Jiangshi, a reanimated corpse that hops around like a bunny rabbit, doesn't necessarily drink blood, instead drains a person's life force. There have been variations of the blood-sucking monsters in history. Before there came Bram Stoker. Vampires range from suave and hypnotic to grotesque and savage. These creatures will remain in our movies, our series, our books and video games, whether we like it or not. Why? The theme of the vampire has been about race, religion, sexuality. It's varied and changed with the hundreds of stories out there. But overall, the tale of the vampire is one of power, greed, vanity, temptation, a Faustian bargain at its core. Demons would be the spiritual evil. Vampires, the mythological evil. Zombies, in the past 2 decades, have been the scientific evil, spreaders of illness, mindless machines of flesh and blood that cause nothing but destruction. Zombies have their roots in Haitian voodoo, but George A. Romero expanded on the mythos, turning the undead into the flesh eaters we know today. Now, the symbolism of the zombie relates to consumerism and capitalism, and yeah, I can see all that, but I've never delved too deep into it. The obvious theme to me was survival. When food, water, toilet paper, and safe shelter becomes something you have to fight and risk your life for. When scarcity drives your neighbors to corruption and violence. The apocalyptic scenario, even minus the zombies, can be a horrifying situation. It puts you in a position where you live in fear every day. Survival instinct can potentially turn us all into animals. The resurgence of zombies in the early 2000s still hasn't died down. As long as people have the fear of scarcity and pandemics and being eaten alive, zombies will stay relevant. And now let's talk about the monsters that didn't quite work out. It would be a long list, but I'll discuss only a few. And it's not to say that these monsters didn't have their successes in movies. They just didn't have longevity, and they just never resonated with people. Werewolves. I've seen some good werewolf movies. Because of their viciousness, I find them scarier than most depictions of vampires. But there's only so much you can do with a wolf person. They change with the full moon, and you kill them with silver. Ultimately, it's about some guy who can't control his animalistic urges. Oh, whoops. There, that's the right one. Yeah, ooh, vicious wolf person, oh no. A werewolf is frightening and all, but there's only one look for them. Unless someone can add more interesting history and mythos. That goes for any of the creatures on this list. Mummies? I've never really been scared of them. Those things are all the way over in Egypt. I'm on a different continent and I'm not traveling to Egypt anytime soon. When alien invasion movies were big, extraterrestrials never became a major phobia to the general population. But I'd say there's still endless potential in alien movies. And since we all believe outer space is as vast as our imaginations, the possibilities and new ideas can easily be molded into something plausible. Signs, District 9, Predator, A Quiet Place, and everyone's favorite alien movie, Starship Troopers. All these movies have their distinctions, despite all being labeled alien movies. Of course, there's been brilliant and terrifying films, such as It, which is essentially an alien movie. Alien, obviously. The Thing, which was one of the first films to scare me shitless when I was a young girl. Aliens, as a genre, is something that occasionally and sometimes subtly makes its way into current trends. What will be the next movie monster? Did anyone foresee the explosive popularity of zombies? What new horror can also suddenly explode from out of nowhere? It's possible the small clues exist today and could be sitting under our noses. Everyone seems to forget that planet Earth is actually two worlds. There's the land, which is ruled by humans, and then there's the vast oceans, teeming with countless different species. Species mankind has yet to encounter or discover. If extraterrestrials were to view our planet from space, they would think fishes and whales and octopuses were the lords of Earth, and that this place was an aquatic planet. 70% of this planet is ocean, and the majority of humans don't have fins or gills or webbed toes. If sea mammals are descended from some prehistoric dog-like creature, then certainly humanoids could have flourished in the waters over the ages. There could be something along the lines of merpeople, with oceanic cities and communities, much like the setting of Aquaman. The idea of underwater worlds and undiscovered ocean species is relatively rare in movies, though a lot of intriguing and frightening tales can arise from out of Earth's mysterious second world. We humans think we're so smart. Aside from oceanic merpeople biding their time as they plan the invasion of the land world, what else is out there waiting to emerge? I'll tell you what. Dinosaurs. Yeah. Dinosaurs. No, not like Jurassic Park and the Flintstones movie. The dinosaurs in those movies weren't real, in case you didn't know. Dragons, the Kraken, the Cyclops, those are just myths. Dinosaurs are far more ferocious and extraordinary than any myth, and they had actually existed. Not only were they our true history, they were real monsters, gigantic, hideous monsters. This place was their world for far longer than it's been ours. We never stopped to imagine that. Supposedly, there was a great catastrophe caused by a meteor that killed off the prehistoric creatures. But did that really happen? I wouldn't know. I wasn't alive several million years ago. Were you? Really? Dinosaurs extinct? That, or they're said to have evolved into ostriches and turkeys. Something ridiculous like that. During this cataclysmic event of the Cretaceous period, dinosaurs took refuge in caves, into the mountains, or burrowed out shelters underground. Many escaped doom because they were surely more intelligent than we imagined. All this time they've been in hiding, growing accustomed to living beneath the surface world. What if they finally re-emerged to take back their world? Through millions of years of evolution, they would be a mega advanced species, 100 times more intelligent than humans. You see, humans generally have a conscience, but not these super advanced mega dinos. They wouldn't hesitate to slaughter and devour us lesser beings. Kind of in the way we humans ruthlessly massacre cockroaches or spiders and their offspring because we simply think they're gross. So, guess what would happen if dinosaurs return? They would arrive with high-tech weaponry. No, they wouldn't need weapons. Their minds have developed a way of attacking us telepathically, like psychic abilities. And I'd imagine they'd have all sorts of other abilities, like night vision, lasers shooting out of their eyes. They'd be able to fly. They'd kind of be like X-Men, but dinosaurs. All this sounds far-fetched, but the fact that much of this planet is unexplored should worry us, because we think this world belongs to us. Can there be a monster not of the physical world? Sure, there are ghosts and demons, and sometimes our dark and dangerous thoughts. Through dreams, Freddy Krueger brutalizes his victims, but that movie franchise hasn't elaborated much on the dream world. This realm of dreams, for all we know, may be an elusive realm that we barely scratch the surface of when we sleep. There could be a species thriving in this outer world, this anomalous dimension we'd never comprehend. One day you go home tired from a long day. You lay in bed and close your eyes. Then these dream beings attack you in the most nightmarish of ways. And because they aren't anything close to being human, they wouldn't need a motive like us. They can choose to torture you and murder you slow for no reason other than maybe they just think it's funny to watch us suffer. Yeah. And if one day, at random, the dream beings choose to kill all who slumber, then no human would ever sleep again. You might think these monsters I've mentioned are nonsense and just plain stupid, and you'd be right. But it doesn't have to make sense. Why do zombies eat people? That's rather nonsensical, isn't it? I've never stopped to think why. Why do we enjoy horror when it's likely to keep us up at night and make us paranoid to what's around us? Why do we even do that to ourselves? That's masochistic. You're all masochistic.
I like that.
I can't foresee what's to come in horror. I'd say the topic is unresearchable. You can't research the future, you could only create it. I'm not even sure why I made this video. I think my plan was to get more people to watch the Bye Bye Man. I don't know. No matter how long mankind has survived and thrived through the ages, no matter how much more time we'll have in this universe, people will always have fears. We can go on and on listening and heeding the advice and philosophies of past generations who told you you shouldn't be afraid and that there's nothing to fear because fear isn't real. Being scared isn't something evolution can eliminate. Through the centuries, we have reimagined our folklore tales as we change with the times. There have been movies about evil yogurt, and that proves virtually anything can be scary. As long as the story is in the hands of an imaginative individual, a visionary who understands both the dark places in this world and in our minds. I hope you all were able to tolerate your time with the therapist and
Wait.
What is it, James of the Darkness? Do you want to tell me more about crunchy peanut butter?
I just wanted to show everyone a magic trick.
No one can see your magic trick. It's dark.
Oh.